What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys doing this evening? Welcome to a new exciting episode of Cinetober, and ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the dumb animatronics right there, they sacrificed both my Dark Magician and my Dark Magician girl in order to summon the Sorcerer of Dark Magic, a very powerful card. But it's okay, I have a backup plan. They're probably going to kill me. So, you're probably wondering, well, what kind of movie do you have that can correspond and help you out? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about, I don't know if you would consider this a thriller or a horror movie. I'm going to call it a thriller. The movie Hush. And this was actually requested by my friend Dustin McCrae. So Dustin, this one's for you, buddy. So I've heard about the movie Hush for quite a few years. And by quite a few years, I mean two, because that's how long it's been out. But I remember like my sister talking about it, a couple more of my friends talking about it, saying, oh, it's this really good thriller movie, and I've even thought about reviewing it, but I just never got around to it until my friend Dustin requested it. So I decided to sit down and watch it, and it's not a bad film. And if any of you who love this movie, I liked the movie. I'm just going to say that I ended up watching The Gift like a month before I watched this movie, and I'm telling you, that movie, that's going to honestly be probably like the most intensifying thriller, that besides Halloween, that I have ever freaking seen. Because in The Gift, I could hardly breathe. It was just so intense. Like, there are tense moments in this movie. I just think The Gift did it better, even though Hush came out first. Or did The Gift come? I think The Gift came out first. I don't know. But either way, I think, honestly, ever since I've watched The Gift, I think now I'm a little harsh when it comes to thriller movies. So, the premise for this movie is actually very engaging. It's actually very interesting. We get this, this deaf character, not death, because that would just be, weird. We get this deaf character named Maddie, who actually is a very successful writer, and one of the really interesting aspects that they throw in this movie is where she's working on her second book, and she's trying to figure out what to do with the ending, and she's got 7 different endings. Well, actually, my favorite scene in this movie, it ends up talking about like how they talk in the movie about how like she has this little voice in her head that represents, or it's like the only dialogue that the actress has, and the voice is supposed to sound like her mother or something along those lines, because that's what she says the voice sounds like when she's talking to her friend Sarah about what the voice in her head sounds like, and she said it's more like my mother. And it does like this really interesting shot of like what and all would happen if she were to say sneak out the house and try to run away from the killer, or crawl into the house and get killed. It gave us like these many different endings, and I honestly thought that like when she was getting her head bludgeoned to death with a rock, that was what the movie was. I was like, ah, darn it, she's gonna die. Well, she fought. Whoa, what the heck? This movie really surprised me. And I was like, okay, that's very interesting. I really like that dynamic. And one of the other things that I thought was a really interesting thing was it would have just been like one normal thing if they said, okay, this character's deaf. But what they decide to do is they kind of like show the movie in her perspective. So like in the beginning of the film, we get like her making dinner, like, and like we can hear everything that she's doing. But then it switches to kind of like, I guess like you could say kind of like what she hears. This movie picks out really good spots to go from loud to silent, and I really enjoyed that aspect of the movie as well. It made it really entertaining, and it was just, it kind of felt like something new, and I was glad that we were able to kind of like experience what she experiences every single day. And there's like at least 1 or 2 instances that were like really suspenseful in the movie. So when I was watching it again this morning, because you know I woke up at 5:30, and I'm thinking, gee, how can I pass the time? Well, besides doing my devotional, I decided to watch Hush again, because I needed to watch it again. And one of the very intense scenes is actually when she's Skyping with her sister. The fact that she's deaf and she can't hear anything, it really makes you think, okay, is the killer in the house? When is the killer going to show up here? There. What's he going to do here? Or where is he? What's he gonna do? And what is she gonna do to survive? And I really liked how they did that, especially because like when she's like cleaning up the house and stuff like that, like her friend is getting murdered, she's like banging on the windows like, help me, Maddie, turn around, please turn around, help me. And you feel so helpless because she can't hear as her friend is being murdered. And when she's Skyping with her sister, and like they're talking about like her love life and stuff like that. Her sister's like, hey, what was that? And the killer actually gets in the house at one point, just standing behind her, and it's just intense. You're like, okay, what's he gonna do to her? What's he gonna do to her? As like he's directly behind her, like tapping on the knife, trying to get her attention, and he notices, okay, she's deaf. I can have some real fun with this. And the killer, he's kind of fun to watch, but at the same time, I want to say this character might have had some police background, because there's a scene where he's like, okay, I might have been caught. What do I do here? And he throws up this whole entire disguise of like, freeze, I'm a cop. And I'm guessing he must have been a cop, or where he's a criminal, he must have just been able to pick up codes or something. So when this person who they say is going to be home any minute, he comes over to check and see because his girlfriend's missing. Dead. When he comes and he's talking to the guy's acting like a cop. The killer's like, there's this guy who's running around, he knocked me, took my gun, my radio. Bull freaking crap. There's no way. Actually, there probably is, but still. Even the boyfriend's kind of like, okay, something's kind of off here. And, like, you just wonder, oh, is this guy going to get beat up? And then when things go wrong, which they do, the killer actually comments, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to win that fight. You would have kicked my butt. Whew, I'm glad she showed up when she did, and now you're dead. I was like, dang it, I was really hoping that this girl was just going to get a break, because you really want her to get a break. And there's also a really unique and somewhat sad scene, like when she's trying to, because the killer has a crossbow, and it takes me back to Daryl and Walking Dead. In season 2, when he's like really hurt and he's like trying to like get his pull the thing up for the crossbow, she's like in the bathroom like losing blood, and like she's trying to pull the thing back and she can never do it, but she finally does. But I'm guessing that the killer had to, either he's had experience with law enforcement or he used to be involved in law enforcement and he knows the code so well. So he's like, hey, can I use your phone? He's like, yeah, this is Officer such and such. I've got a code such and such. Back up soon, you know, all that. And like, it's a really interesting take. Like, there's nothing about this killer. He just shows up out of nowhere. And I love the fact that like, she tries to communicate with him. She's like, look, I've not seen your face. I won't tell anybody. Boyfriend's gonna be home soon. Basically, look, if you just leave, I won't say anything. And then the killer's like, all right, you've seen my face now, and now we're gonna have some fun. The movie was engaging, I'm not gonna lie, but ever since I saw The Gift, I don't really think, besides Halloween, there's gonna be another movie that's gonna grip me as hard as The Gift did. I'm gonna give Hush a B+. This film was very fun. It's very interesting. It is an intense movie, but I'm just giving it a little bit of a low grade because The Gift just did it so much better. But the acting is good, and the fact that they give the actress like not that much dialogue, the acting is fine. The dialogue that they give the actress, it's that voice in her head, and there's like too many endings. And like even when she's going over her book, she is like going over all these scenarios, and like that's really all the dialogue she gets. And she does a phenomenal job with all the facial expressions. You really believe that this character is deaf. It's not just an actress on the screen. She does a really good job with her hand signs. I don't know sign language. I have a friend or two who does, and from what I've seen and at least be able to remember, that's what they were. If they're not correct, hey, I don't know. I don't speak. I'm not someone who does sign language. But overall, I'm gonna give Hush a B+. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this, and let's see what Freddy does with the Sorcerer of Dark Magic. Oh no! He attacked my maiden with the eyes of blue. Well, you know what this means? I get a blue eyes white dragon straight to the field. Oh yeah! Because we're gonna pop out this one, because this is counted as blue eyes. And look just what I happen to have in my hand. It's called Dragon's Mirror. And basically what this means is I can take any card, if I want to fusion summon, I can use things from my field or graveyard. So, they messed up. So, I have 3 blue eyes in my hands. So, you know what that means? You know who's coming to the field? We are, of course, getting the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, baby! Oh, yeah! Take that, Freddy Fazbear and all his gang. I will not let you resurrect that stupid thing. And you know what? Just to make things a little bit more frustrating, I'm going to sacrifice my Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to summon the Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, because he gets an additional 300 attack points for every dragon in the graveyard. So that would mean 3, 6, 9, 12, an additional 1,200, which means his power is over 4,500! Goodbye, Sorcerer of Dark Magic. Pew! It looks like I got another win. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep fighting. Like I said, don't give up, and don't give up on me, and I'm not going to give up on you. Thank you, Dustin, for requesting this movie. I'll see you all next time, and very soon as I review Venom and Halloween for Cinetober. Have a good day, guys.